Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary if you're new here. And myself, just like every other reader out there, has a problem with book buying. We all know this by now. I've shared a couple different book hauls, and I do have to say this year I have gone a little extreme with the book buying. Today I wanted to show you all some of the books that I have bought. Oh my god.
Few moments later.
Guys, I am so sad. I just filmed this whole book haul and my clip is somehow not loading properly, so I have to refilm this part, like of me talking about all the books. So sorry if my descriptions are a little vague and to the point, but today I wanted to talk about some of the books that I've bought over the past couple of months. I've hauled these over the span of 2 months and I wanted to show them to you all and talk about them because I am going to be going on a little bit of a book buying ban until October, basically until my birthday. I want to take a little bit of a break of buying books and actually spend that time reading books instead, and then we'll have a fun little birthday shopping spree when the time comes. So these books that I want to talk about today, I have bought from many different places. So some will be from Indigo, some will be from Book Outlet, others are from different thrift stores or secondhand shops that I've found along the way, and then some were gifted to me by my boyfriend. So without further ado, let's just get into all of these great books. First 2 books I have here I bought because, as we all know, I love the Chestnut Springs series by Elsie Silver, but I actually do not own them physically. I was always reading them as ebooks, but I wanted to eventually get copies of the whole collection because they are a 5-star series for me. And so when I heard that her special editions will be going out of print, I decided to bite the bullet and buy the first 2 in the series. So I bought Heartless and Flawless. So these 2 are definitely out of print now, and then the next they're kind of going out of print month by month, so I will be definitely buying the rest of the series, but for now I just bought the first 2. I really want to reread the series once I get all of them physically, but yeah, love this series to death. The next 3 books you probably would have seen in my August TBR and maybe in other vlogs, but I did recently buy them and I never really showed them in any videos in a book haul form, so I will quickly go over them. But the first one is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I'm currently reading this book. I'm about 100 pages in, really enjoying it, and I am so looking forward to reading this and finishing it and hearing what all the hype is about. Then the next book is also on my August TBR, and that is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. I want to get into the Throne of Glass series, and a couple of my friends said that this is the best book to start the series with, so that is what I am doing. And so I bought the physical copy of it because I feel like it might be a series that I want to collect, hopefully. So we'll see. And then the last book I have is Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead. So this is also on my August TBR. This is a Polish author, so I really wanted to buy the book to support her. And I've only heard really great things about this book. It's a little bit under the radar. I kind of heard it when I was I'm not sure if it was one of my comments that suggested this book or if I was looking at it online through like Polish authors to read from. One or the other. It was a suggestion that I found online, and I am so looking forward to reading this book. The next few books here, I'll just go over quickly. They are some Shakespeare editions in the Folger Shakespeare Library. So we've got Twelfth Night, Macbeth, and Much Ado About Nothing. So I want to eventually transition my whole Shakespeare collection to the Folger editions because I think they're just so beautiful. They're pocket-sized books, very easy to read and carry around, and they do have the original language, and then on the other side it's like all of the different words or things to kind of be able to read it easier. So I just really like these editions, and so I found them on Book Outlet for a pretty good price, and so I bought 3 of them, and eventually we'll be buying more, but that's the start. Next we have a couple of nonfiction books that I bought. So the first one is Braiding Sweetgrass. I've seen this everywhere online, and a couple of my friends have also read it, and I'm really excited about reading this book. It's all about like indigenous wisdom as well as Mother Nature and kind of indigenous practices, and I'm just so excited to dive into this book. I really hope I can read it by the end of the year. I also bought it secondhand at a bookshop in Toronto, I think Seekers Books, and this is like perfect quality. So it's very heavy too for a paperback. Then I bought 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think by Brianna Wiest or West. This is another book. It's still like in its wrapping, but this is another book that I've seen online and a lot of people talk about, and the snippets that I've seen, I really did enjoy, and I think this is just going to be a great book to read and kind of journal about and kind of reflect on your own life and your own aspirations and things like that. And I'm always looking forward to any of those types of books that make me sit down and reflect. The next book my boyfriend got me as like a token of good luck or congratulations after I got my wisdom teeth removed a couple weeks ago. So he got me this book called I Am a Cat, and it is perfect. From what he's told me about this book, it's a collection of short stories by a Japanese author who I think released the first short story and then it got very, very popular, so he continued on and released further short stories. I'm not sure if it's about the same cat or if it's about other cats. I'm not sure, but I am so excited for this. It's so cute. I want to read this and cuddle with my cats at the same time. Next, I got a couple books of new series that I want to start, as well as series that I have started and wanted to buy the second, third, fourth book in those series. So the first series we have here is the Inheritance Game series. So I bought books 1 and 2, so the Hawthorne Legacy. I haven't started this series yet, but I bought the first 2 books. I don't think I'm gonna hate it. I've only heard great things about it. It's YA. I think it's just gonna be a fun time, and basically books that I want to pick up whenever I need something lighthearted, fun, and exhilarating to read. Then I got the last 2 books in the Cruel Prince trilogy. So I got The Wicked King as well as The Queen of Nothing. I had read The Cruel Prince a couple months ago and I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to continue the series, so I bought the last 2 books because I do think it will definitely get better as the series goes along, so I'm super pumped about this one. The next book that I got that is in a series, this is actually in a duology, and it is Fishes by V.E. Schwab. I've heard only fantastic things about this. Honestly, I've only heard fantastic things about primarily most of these books if I haven't read them. But this one I'm super excited to read as well. I just finished reading another book by V.E. Schwab, A Gathering of Shadows. So I love her writing and the books that I have read by her. So I am definitely going to love this one. I heard though a lot of people don't like the second book. I'm hoping I do because that would be a shame, but everyone loves the first book. So at least I know I will probably love the first book. The next 2 books I got primarily because my friend Katie here on YouTube, Katie's All Booked, she always talks about these 2 trilogies, and I just finally bit the bullet and bought them so that I could talk to her all about them. But the first one is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, and then Jade City by Fonda Lee. Both I've heard fantastic things about these series. I'm really looking forward to reading them. I mean, The Poppy War is definitely less intimidating than Jade City, but we're getting over our big book fears over here. The next one is a little bit random, but I've seen this book everywhere, and honestly, I haven't had the want or need to read it, but I've heard it's like the book to read to get into dark academia. And basically saying that, I'm sure all of you can guess that I got The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I haven't read anything by Donna Tartt yet. I do own The Goldfinch, and now I guess I own The Secret History. So 2 for 2. Own her books but have not read them. But yeah, I've heard really great things about this book. I just don't know why. Maybe it's oversaturated in my head that I've seen it everywhere, that I haven't had the want to buy it and read it. But it was on sale, so I got it, and now we're gonna have to read it. The next 2 I'm so looking forward to reading, but I got 2 poetry collections by Rilke. So I got Duno Elegies, I don't know how to say that, and then I got Rilke's Book of Hours, Love Poems to God. So I've been meaning to buy more of his works because I have his book, Letters to a Young Poet. I loved that book so much, but I have never read any of his poetry, and I've heard his poetry is exquisite. So I saw these two collections on Book Outlet, and they were such a good deal that I said, why not? Let's just get them. And so I'm looking forward to getting into these. I also like these editions because they have the German on one side and then the English translation on the other side. So that's pretty cool. I can lend it to my brother-in-law. He's German, so he could read the German side and I can read the English side, and then we'll talk about it. The second last book I have here is North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. So I read North and South in high school. It was a suggestion by one of my near and dear favorite English teachers from high school when I asked her of some classics that I could start reading, that I could get into more classic literature, and she suggested North and South. So I read it, loved it, but I didn't own the book. I actually had her copy for a while and then I returned it. But I wish I still had that copy. That'd be so sweet. But yeah, so I bought the Penguin English Library edition because I wanted to add to my collection of these editions, and I am so excited to reread this. And then the last book I have is Little Woman. So this is in the Puffins Library edition. I do own Little Woman, but I wanted to for a long time buy this edition because it's so cute, and I never did. But then I saw it was on sale at Book Outlet, so I bought it, and I love it so much. It's so cute. It's a beautiful copy. I'm very excited to add this to my Puffins library collection. I do have quite a few of them, and so this one looks like it's just joined the family. And there we have it. Those are all the books that I have bought over the past couple of months. So now we have officially started the book buying ban until October. Let me know if you've read any of these books, what books I should start with, what books are your favorites, what books you didn't like, if you didn't like any of these books. And I am so excited to incorporate these in my upcoming videos and read them with you all. Thank you so much for watching and spending some time with me today. I hope to see you in my next video, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy reading! Bye!